everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Do you think I'll get the date right today? I sure hope so. Ooh, wow. I found it on my phone right away, too. It is the 26th of September. It is our regularly scheduled Thursday Night Live. We took off last Thursday so that we could have an autumn creative escape. We were in the thick of it at this point last week. We were wrapped up for the day, the first day, but we had 3 more days ahead of us. And wow, it was good. We had a great time. I believe I have 4 more sets of the Autumn Creative Escape boxes left. So it included the goodie bag, it included 9 make and takes, 8 creative presentations. It was an attendance gift and also some handmade pillow gifts, is what I would call those. So if anybody was still on the fence about that, just know that we have a few left and they will be gone hopefully sooner or later. Very good. We have lots of people here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. I want to say hi to those that are here already. We have Sherry Martin. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Hi, Sue Booth. There's Angelique and Tina. Hi, Carrie. There's Mary Schreiber. Hi, Trish Bagley. There's Gail Stefan. Yay. I was on with Rose's class this afternoon. She had her Technique Club class at 11:30 my time this morning, so I think you were on there with us. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Hi, Mary Carls. She said, don't forget the thumbs up. Hi, Amy Langlois. There's Debbie Gass. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Hi, Susan Bellamy. We are having rain, wind, and tornado alert until 7:15. Yes, prayers and lots of wishes, happy wishes for everything being okay for you guys down in Florida. There, I saw that also there's a hurricane coming through, so I saw that as well. And our wishes are coming down to you for everybody to be safe and not to have too much destruction in the path. Hi, Mary Lemke. Hi, Hope. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Jean. Hi. Yes, Mary Carl said hi. Stay safe, Susan. There's a lot of S's there. Hi, Barbara Gavi. Hi, Donna Grushki. Hi, Connie Moore. And there's Debbie Schultz. Watching from Wyoming. Yay. Hi, Kathy Boggs. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. There's Lynn Beasley and Barbara Baxter. Hi, Sherry Everett and Stacy Burns. I was late. I looked at the clock and it was 6 o'clock. And I realized that I wasn't live yet. I was still designing a Fun Folds. I had a hair. I was still designing a Fun Folds card about 20 minutes ago, and I just had to finish it so that I could show you the Fun Folds class that's coming up. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. There's Faye Godby. Debbie Gass. Judy Sharp. Hello. Sherry Odd. Hi, Julie Block. There's Barbara Hatfield. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Wow, the gang's all here. Hi, Cindy Bassett. Cindy, you tried calling me while I was on the other line today. And then after that, it's been nonstop. Hi, Pat Fleming. Yeah. We'll get, I will call you back, though, probably tomorrow. I'm exhausted today, mentally exhausted today, you guys. I really am. It's been nothing but I guess you could say a rat race around here. And it's all in a good way. It's always in a good way, never complaining. Worked on the computer a little bit. I had my carpenter was here finishing up putting the windows in with his helper, and it just, I don't know. I thought in my head today would be a design day, that I would get 3 classes finished today. I don't know, is that an aggressive goal? Probably. But I have 2 cards left to make. I should say I get to make 2 more cards for the monthly class for October, and then 4 cards for the Season of Green and Gold Sweet class. And then there was 1 Fun Folds card left going into today. So that was a total of 8 cards. And you guys want to guess how many cards I got done today? Hi, Tyra. Hi, Rose Coleman. Oh, and then it was working on, I was trying to be present for Rose's class. So Rose, that's no problem though. But I was trying to be present for Rose, but I was multitasking during Rose's class. I was making eggs for my carpenter and this helper because you gotta keep them strong and healthy for working on windows. So all in all, out of 8 cards today, I got 1 designed. And so that leaves 7 more that I would love to get done. And my goal is to have them done before the end of the day tomorrow. So before Kelly leaves, because Kelly will photograph them. And it's hard to believe that it's already the last few days of September. I just don't know where they're going to go to. But my goal is to have them design the other 6 cards designed by tomorrow. And it includes the Sweet class, which is what we're doing tonight. And this is the class that Rose would offer in Canada. But she did tell me that she featured this bundle on her Facebook Lives this week. And so she wasn't going to be doing these cards per se. She did other cards that feature the Nests of Winter suite. And so if you're looking for Nests of Winter or Winterly Treetops cards with Rose, make sure you check with her. They won't be these exact cards though, if that's what I understood that Rose told me. So, oh, hi Lisa Long. All right, hi Karen Forward. So I am excited to say though, I have the fun folds ready to go. So I'm going to share those with you. We are at 272 for the Wounded Warrior benefit. I think that's what's maybe causing the tiredness with me. There's just a million things to get ready for that. And so wake up thinking about this, go to bed thinking about that. The countdown is on. We have 9 days. And I never told the caterer how many people we have for the appreciation party because I decided to cater that in and have mom and dad have the day off from cooking. So she told me 10 days in advance, and that was yesterday. So I need to get back to her. Okay, you guys, that requires a note because I had it on my radar all day, and at every time I thought to do it, it was in the middle of something. So writing a to-do so I don't forget to do that later. But all's good. We have 272 people that are signed up out of 352. I think if I did the math, that's 20 and 50 is 80 left. So we still have space for those that want to join us. The event is October 5th. It's on World Card Making Day. And you could attend in person. You could get kits mailed to you, or you could get completed cards mailed to you. And it's a $40 donation plus shipping for all 6 cards. And I have it set up that it generally is 5 cards for a $35 donation, and there's an extra bonus card that's a patriotic card. And people are missing putting that on their registration. And it's hard because we've already said that it's 5 cards plus 1. And some people just want to make the 5 card donation for $35. But it's a lot of following back up with people and saying, did you want to get the 6th patriotic card? And if so, then it's coordinating with them to get the extra $5. So I think that's what's adding to the mix is I've had about 10 registrations come through without adding that card, and it's a lot of follow-up. So yay, I'll share the cards here with you so that you guys can see what it's all about. I am excited to say one set of these Wounded Warrior cards this one set is going to Canada. I have a gal that's in Canada, and she has a sister in the United States. And Femi had me ship her set of cards to her sister's house, and then she's taking them home to Canada. So one of these sets of cards, they're going to Canada. Hi, Rose, which is awesome. I'll flip down here, though, so you guys can see. Tonight, what we're working on are these 4 cards. So we'll make these momentarily. This is the Nests of Winter card making class. So that's coming soon. But for the Wounded Warrior, in case anybody still wants to get registered, we've got plenty of space. I was on the KFIZ radio station yesterday. I have that out there in case anybody is looking for information. Hi, Cindy Bruntree. I did email it to everybody. So if you don't get emails from me and you'd like to be part of my email group, you need to go to cardsbycrispy.com and sign up to get emails from me. And what happens then is I sent an email about it this morning that I had a KFIZ radio interview, and Kelly was there with me, and she took a picture of me doing the interview with Sean Kaiser, who is the radio host. And this was a pre-recorded interview. I went into his office on Tuesday to record it, and then it aired yesterday on the radio at 8:30. And so this was 10 days left. And then what Kelly's doing is a countdown. So if you guys aren't on Facebook, let me just see. Hi, Rose, there you are. So hang on. I want to show you guys. If you're part of my Facebook page, I should probably get that off of here so that's easier to see. So if you're part of my Facebook page and you go to the events, Kelly has started a countdown to October 5th. I don't know if I want to know every day how close we're getting, but if you go to the discussion, we are only 9 days away from the benefit. This exciting day includes card making, raffle baskets, bake sale, special guests, Sarah Douglas and Mary Taluzzi, and you won't want to miss it. And there's a link to get registered, and she's got one of the cards on the graphic here with 9 days left. And then tomorrow will be 8, and then 7, and then further on. But this is the card that she had photographed, and so that was in that cover graphic. And so you can get these cards already made. You guys, I have the best amazing helpers in the world. I have to say that. We had a team here this week, and we kitted up 6 and 7, 420 more cards that got kitted. And then we're in the process right after that, we started putting a set of 30 together So 180 more this week that we're putting together because people also want the option of the handmade cards. So you can get these all made for you if you're not a card maker or crafter and you would like these made up. So we made it easy for the donation that you could get them as kits. I'll be doing a live video on the 7th of October via YouTube. So those that got the kits or are getting kits, you'll be able to watch me make the cards. And then also Jolene is in the process of creating a PDF tutorial. It is not made. I've been getting a lot of new people watching me, and those that have been watching me for a while, they know how I operate with PDF tutorials. They're always coming in hot. And usually within 2 to 3 days beforehand is how they come. Because we do so many classes in a month, it's hard to write tutorials. You guys, it does take a lot of time and effort. And I for about a year now, it'll be a year, not quite a year, but in December, Jolene started helping me. I have no idea where I would find the time to write tutorials at this point in my life. I don't know. Something else would happen, but I'm blessed that Jolene writes my tutorials, and she is helping with writing the Technique Club class, and we fell a little behind on that one. So we're hoping to have that ready to email out by Saturday. Also, ink, paper, scissors, that class is on Monday. We're hoping to have that ready to email by Saturday. And then the Wounded Warrior card benefit, that class is set for October 7th. She's going to start working on that as soon as we're done with the other two, which will be sometime next week. We're hoping to get back kind of like usually 2 to 3 days in advance is when we send tutorials. So I've gotten a lot of emails this week, more than I normally would get. And that takes time to respond to people. So just knowing that tutorials generally come out 2 to 3 days before class. And if for any reason we're running late, then this morning I still sent the email out to all of the Technique Club class people. Even though we didn't have a tutorial attached to it, I sent it out so that people knew that the tutorial was coming. But yeah, so it's great to have new audience and new people taking class with me. And it's always a learning curve to understand how I operate compared to other people. So sometimes people send the tutorial out on the day they ship. Well, kudos to them. I'm very envious that happens, but usually we're flying by the seat of our pants around here. So it's all good. Hi, Polly Livy. And how much with the extra card? So the original 5 is $35 plus the bonus card makes it $40. And you're making a $40 donation, but then there's shipping. So Amy, it would be $46 to have the made cards shipped to you. It's no price difference between the made and the kitted. And now that I think about it, what we might do, and you guys might second this, we might do a price variance for next year for the next benefit, that if you get made cards, it might be a small extra donation. And that extra donation would be the time that my gals are here helping put cards together. Then that extra donation is just a straight up more donation to have them made. And we'll have to figure out how that works. So, but we've never done a difference between the made versus the kitted cards. So, and we used to not have kitted cards. So it all used to be made. And yeah, it's all good. Perfect. So send me $46. That is the cash price. Cash equivalent, meaning if you Zelle it, that's cash. If you do PayPal friends and family, that's like a cash price. If you do PayPal with good or service, please send 48. If you do Venmo with payment protection, it's 48. But if you do it without, it's 46. So basically, the 46 is the amount that it would be if you're not paying it, or if I'm not getting a fee for you sending the money. So yay! Hi, Jean Shoot. All right. Hi, Fami. All right, I worked for the VA for 30 years, so that this would be a great donation. It would be. And with your donation, you're getting 6 amazing greeting cards. And with the cards, you can send them to friends and family as a gift. At Christmas, the holidays are coming up. Birthdays are probably coming up. If you get them made, or if you want to make them, you could gift them to a friend or family member as well. So very cool. Yeah, fun stuff. So we're down to 72. So with 9 days into the event, and we did 10 of them in the last day, which is super cool. So of the $40, I want everybody to know that 100% of that $40 is donated. We had an amazing community of people that donated all the materials. Normally I buy the materials and then I take out a small portion for the materials. But with this one, what we did is we asked for volunteers to help supply the materials, and all of the materials were covered. So it's a straight $40 donation, which is super cool. I think we're up to just over $12,000 that we've raised so far. And then Stampin' Up! Will be matching almost $10,000. They're going to have to take out a little bit for the supplies that they sent over to us, but it's almost $10,000. So we're on our way to $22,000, and we set the goal of 8. So we're getting there, you guys. I mean, sorry, we set the goal of 30, so we're 8 away. My brain was working faster and doing math before my mouth was working. So, all right, so let me flip back down. So now I want to show you guys really quick too, the order-based class. Now this class is coming in hot in a couple weeks. So it's not necessarily the first week of October, but it's the next. We're kitting this up next week. And this was free with a minimum $50 order if you do the class with me. If you do it in person with Diane, it's a $30 order. It's the end of the Stampin' Up! Month, quarter, and year, September 30th. And we're trying to finish our quarter, Diane and I, trying to finish our quarter as strong as possible with sales. So this class is free with an order only, unless you're on the team. If you're on the team, the Be Happy Stampers, we give you the option of paying for the card kits. And so that's that one. And then these are the other two. So 4 cards, they're all Christmas cards, complete with cat fur and all. There's no extra charge for the cat fur. So, but 4 pretty Christmas cards. They feature the Sentimental Designer Series paper. If you have any kits after the event, I'll take another kit. Perfect. So speaking of that, Laura, I also had somebody else that mentioned that today too. I think it was Mary Jo Stoll. She mentioned me and she said, if you have any left after the event, let me know. So you guys will definitely hear it. I will be live on the 7th, which is the 2 days after the event, and you'll know where I'm at with how many I've left. And I believe Sarah Douglas does a Facebook Live sometime early in the week, and we've worked it out, or we'll be working it out, that she's also going to share with her community that there are kits left, if there are kits left. Let's say we're down to 20. She'll be like, there's 20 left, get registered. And so stay tuned for those details. All right, so that was the Sentimental Christmas order-based class. And are you ready for the fun folds? Hi, Gwen Simmons. All right, this is usually a holiday fun folds. So we usually make them Thanksgiving or Christmas, but this is a holiday mini catalog fun folds because the product is coming from the holiday mini catalog for the most part. So I can't call it a holiday one, but it's somewhat holiday-ish. I guess 2 of the cards are Christmassy. One is more Thanksgiving-y, if that's a word. And then the other one is the Regal Flora. So let me show you these fun folds. And I got to start showing this stuff off now because this class is October 7th in the evening for those doing in person. And then it's the 10th for those online. And we got to get you guys signed up. Now, a lot of you get 1 shipment a month from me. So we are planning to ship out, just so you guys can be aware, we're planning to ship October 18th, if I'm not mistaken. The October ink, paper, scissors features that 3 twine combo pack, and it's supposedly set to come in October 14th. So we need to get that ordered the minute it arrives, get it on 2-day, and then as soon as it arrives, that is when everybody's October packages will be going in the mail to them for those people who want 1 shipment a month. Now, if people want to sign up for the catalog launch party and they're not planning to get other classes, then we'll plan to coordinate to ship that stuff out earlier. But I got to show them to you. So Angelique McClendon, I believe Angelique, I saw that you are watching tonight. Angelique inspired 2 of these cards for me. She gave me cards very similar to this, and I'll show them off the night of class, what Angelique made. But these were the 2 cards that Angelique inspired me with. She sent these to me, and when you open it up like that, it goes like this, and then you get a panoramic. Now, I will preface that this is the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper, and you only get 4 patterns of each of the layouts. And what I had to do is marry up 2 similar patterns that go together very nicely, and you may not get this particular one. But of course, my favorite color is purple. So I made my first sample with purple. There's going to be one with the fall leaves. There's going to be one with the wheatgrass. There's going to be 4 or 5 different color pattern combinations. And in the end, but the layout is the same, that you'll get a label like this with the ribbon through the middle and a nice little die cut that really isn't even attached. Oh my goodness, I didn't even really attach it, but let's just squish it down really good. So again, you might not get this purple one, but we're going to have this layout so that when you guys get the PDF with the measurements, you can go ahead and make more of this one. But what's super cool is you're gonna have the panoramic view on the inside for your card, which is awesome. We're gonna teach you how to do that. Have all the measurements for you, and you'll get 2 6x6 sheets that you can pick which one you want on the inside and which one you want on the outside. So this is Fun Fold card number 1. Angelique, thank you so much for that inspiration. And then again, she gave me a pocket card just last week and using the keeping tabs. And so definitely case that to make this beauty and complete with recipe card on the inside. And use a little joy and love to you with a little tree. You guys, I hand made the bow without using the bow maker. And I did that because I wanted the tails to do more like this versus how I do them on a bow maker. So in this case, I won't be making your bows for you because I feel like they turned out really good by hand. I want to show you how to make a bow like that by hand. So there's a little pocket card using keeping tabs. Again, Angelique, thank you for your inspiration for that Fun Fold. 2 in 1 class, 2 scoops, okay, 2 scoops. All right, now if you guys watched me on Monday night, we had mystery card night and I made this card for you. So I cased this card basically to do for the Fun Folds. So this was mystery card, right? A little bit more on steroids with the designer paper. For class, it's the same layout, and I'm gonna have 3 color patterns. One is navy, one is blackberry, like that I just showed you, and one is gonna be cobbler. And you're gonna get DSP for here and for here. And they're the patterns that are all the same. So there's a blackberry one like this, a cherry cobbler like this, and a navy. So 3 different colors that you'll have, but basically you guys, we got a double dip where we can. So this is the mystery card layout. And this one though, you'll need to have some sort of floral stamps because all of this is stamped and then die cut. So you'll get a piece of white big enough to do your stamping on, and then you'll have your palette here to stamp whatever you want on. And so that is Fun Folds number 3. And then the last one was inspired by Leslie McMinn from Shamrock, Texas. This is the layout, and you'll have 2, my notes for Karen Wetstein, ha ha ha. Karen, I got you. Karen helps me do a little die cutting. So with this one, there's gonna be 2 that you'll have 2 different color patterns. One is gonna be the cherry cobbler pattern, and one is gonna be the pretty peacock pattern. So on the outside, it looks pretty generic. It looks pretty amazing, don't get me wrong, but it looks like a normal card on the outside. But when you open it up, and the recipe card can come out, when you open it up, it's one of these. So it's got some inserts in there that pop up, and the same thing happens with this one. And you open it up, and we've got some inserts in there. We saved from these little frilly things up here, we saved those die cuts, and they'll get glued on the inside. And I've been loving on that tree so much that 2 cards use the trees like that. So that's how that goes. And then I'll have a white piece on the back for you to write your love note. So Leslie McMinn gave me a card that was from the annual catalog swap that we did and cased the idea. So you'll get either red or green, and it'll be Christmassy. So just so you know, that is the Fun Folds. The first full week of October. I think that class is slated for October 10th. Okay, coming up quick. So thanks guys, I'm glad you like these. So if you want to get signed up for this class, do not hesitate to reach out. For those that take multiple classes with me in a month, if you start your email, you could already draft the email saying, I'd like to sign up for these classes, and I do plan to do a showcase. My goal is to do it on Sunday, not Monday. I know I won't be able to do it before Sunday, so it's going to either be Sunday, I'm going to sneak it in at some point, or if for any reason I'm wrapped up with stuff around the house, getting ready for the benefit, it'll be Monday morning. I just don't want to wait till the last day of the month. For those that take multiple classes with me in a month, it's best to send one email with your list of the classes you'd like to take. But if you don't generally take a lot of classes with me and you know you definitely want to take the Kellogg Launch Party, but you're not sure of anything else, then definitely send me an email and say, get me signed up for the Kellogg Launch Party class. I'll get you in the class roster already so that we can work that out. But those that take multiple classes with me, I like to give the reduced shipping if you are good with everything shipping in one package around October 18th. So that's the goal. So yay. All right. Happy dance. Okay. I think we're ready to do class. I'm looking at the calendar here. So the clock. So I have my DSP sampler in here. And I do have about 12 of these DSP samplers left for the mini catalog in case anybody would like to get one of these yet. It is a great reference tool. We have all the different designer series papers in here. This is Nests of Winter. So this is the suite that we're working with tonight. These are the different patterns, and then what's super cool is it has all the coordinating colors on the side. So if you teach classes or if you're an avid customer that loves coordination, you could use this reference tool to help you and aid you in your card making adventures. So that is the Nests of Winter, the DSP samplers. Again, I have about, I think 12 left. And then in the mini catalog, perfect, Tyra. Yep, give me a call tomorrow. I am scheduling the October showcase. Yeah, I'll schedule it. This is the mini catalog. Nests of Winter is what we're going to be working with tonight. There are some samples on this side, and on this side it shows the designer paper, the embossing folder, the gems. This has the 3 twine combo pack and the bundle. Now that's what's out of stock. These gems are on low inventory. I just saw that today. And those are, that ribbon is slated to come back October 12th. So Barbara, yes, I will be scheduling it. I just haven't, I hate to schedule it until the cards are made because if push comes to shove, and for some reason I don't have all of them designed by Sunday, I will be designing on Sunday. And so I hate to make a commitment before I'm ready to do it. So we had some feedback too about all the ads that you guys are getting and why it has been doing buffering. Somebody thought that maybe it's because of all the political ads that are being aired right now that are causing the platform to kind of get overloaded with all the extra ads. And so it's that time of the year, you guys, that there's an election upon us and there's a lot of political ads. So it's very possible that's why there's so many ads being put into people's feeds. I guess that would be my thought. So, or that was somebody's thought, and I thought, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. So bear with those ads and just skip them as fast as you can skip them. Angelique said, I just put my DSP sampler together. Yay, good job, good job. Okay, so let's look at these cards. I confused some people, I think. They thought these birds were part of the designer series paper. And that is the case if you want it to be, but that's not how we designed for this class. So let me go grab the DSP really quick. I have it here. If you do have this designer series paper at home, you could work with it. What I did is I gave everybody a half a sheet, it's a quarter sheet of white. It's exactly 5.5 by 4.25. This is all you need for all your birds. So there is a sheet of white. It was underneath your golden ticket. It was the first thing. So somebody had asked, well, where were the birds? And I'm like, sorry, the birds were not provided from this DSP. Hi, Jeanette. I could not have been able to supply all the birds for this class with them part of the DSP. This is the sheet that would be perfect, but this bird wasn't really used. This one would be fine, but you only would have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds from one sheet, and we utilized that piece for something else. So we couldn't really use the birds. There's another sheet of birds that's really pretty. This one is probably my favorite set of birds on this whole page. And there's some double birds on here. 1, 2, 3. There's like 4, 5, maybe 5 double birds. But there's no way it would have worked to give everybody the DSP. Now, for those that did the Autumn Creative Escape with me, you got in your goodie bag the designer series paper, which included the birds. So this card was a double dipper. It was part of the Autumn Creative Escape. And people who did that with me could use like that bird or that bird, the double birds that were in here for their card. But for this one for tonight, you guys will have this piece of white, and we're gonna stamp them as a group together. But before we do that, we're gonna do roll call. So the product share paper is coming in handy as I don't have the set of paper. Perfect, Debbie Gass, I'm happy to hear that. Yes, the product shares, you guys, I still have openings for the product shares. I believe I am looking for one more person for ribbon and embellishments, and I'm looking for maybe a half a dozen or 5 people to get in on the paper share. So they come in very handy. You get a sampling of all the embellishments and ribbon and designer paper if you get the whole shebang. And a lot of people also just get the paper because they don't want all the embellishments. So the paper by itself is a great thing. Debbie Gass just said it's coming in handy. And oh, Donna said she put her sampler together while the dog was at the groomer. Very good, very good. All right, roll call. Here we go. I like to shout out the people who are taking this class with me that got kits, because it's because of them that we're live. If I wasn't kidding up, I probably at this point, I do classes because I have people that are taking class with me and they're getting kits mailing to them, and I want them to know how to put the cards together. So I want to show my appreciation by calling them out and thanking them. And then also I do this because you may have signed up, or you maybe think you signed up. Either way, however, you think you signed up, and somehow I don't call off your name. And it's good to figure that out right away so that I can make sure I get you your set of cards. It happens, you guys, I'm human. And with a million things going on a million times throughout the day, I do miss things at this point. I've realized that I can't do it all 100% perfect. I think the saying is done is better than perfect. And so I just had a conversation with Anna Rebadu about that because I've learned, as much as a perfectionist as I wish I could be, I can't be that like I am normally because there's too many things. And so all the times I spell something wrong or forget to put something in, I have people telling me, hey, don't forget to do this, or you did this wrong. I'm like, great, tell me that so I can fix it. I don't mean to have things spelled wrong or confusion. So anyways, so it does happen from time to time where I forget to put somebody's name in the book. So just reach out to me right away if that happens. So first on our list was Miss Angelique McClendon, and then Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Shirley Malarkey, Jeannie Parker, Nedra Dover, Vicky Rodriguez, Donna Grushke, Ruth Nicholson, Sheila Roberts, Trisha Fagley, Sandy Coy Emery, Feline Mays, Vera Anderson, Mary Carls, Karen Woods, Kathy Jarvis, Lori Evans, Mary Beesgrove, Susan Ray Hendricks, Jean Terwilliger, Sherry Martin, Hope Toy, Tyra Marshall, Nancy Cochran, Lori Baxter, Linda Hunt, Rose Garibaldi, Pat Fleming, Angela Knutson, Bridget Rowe, Kathy Beck, Laura Sullivan, Fancy, Nancy Billets, Christy Wiltshire, Phyllis Oderman, Sherry Stewart, Lynn Beasley. Gosh, I feel like I said Lynn's name, but I don't think I did. I'm having a deja vu moment. Lynn Beasley, Faye Gabi, Mary Vogel, Carmen Sanders, Debbie Stone, Wanda Zerman, Julie Blog, Wanda and Julie. I believe this is the first time I said your name out loud for a class. So yay, welcome to your first class. Roxanne Burton, Randy Schultz, Linda Scott, Elizabeth Hutto, Leslie McMinn, Karuna, Kathleen Ketterman, Doris Munson, Susan Bellamy, Amy Ponce, Carrie Dwyer. Carrie, this might be one of your first classes too. Mary Lemke, Becky Gandolfo, Sarah Mitchell, Rita Steffi, Debbie Gast, Shelley Cooper, Mary Sykes, Irene Coots, Irene's first class, yay. Karen Stagg, Carolyn Ketchmark, Peggy Dickerson, and Lisa Sharkey. All right, so that was, lo and behold, 69 names, and I have 11, no, I don't have 11 left. I have 3 people in person on Saturday for this class. I need to steal one of those kits. I have 10 left for this class. So if you would like to get on the list for taking this class, please let me know soon so I can make sure I save a set of these cards for you. I think you will love them. And lots of you are here with me today. I love it. Very, very good. All right, I'm going to drop the camera down. And first things first, we're going to work on our bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. There are 2 double birds and there are 2 single birds. All the single ladies, right? All our double birds, all our double birds. All right. Welcome all the first timers. Yay. Thanks for that, Debbie. All right. You guys are going to need ink, 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 inky dinky do your birds. So we need a double here, and we're going to need another double and then 2 singles. So we have to be very strategic about how we do this so that they all fit. And if I don't get them all in this first try, I'm flipping it over. So just hold tight. Chris Duderank, oh, you know what? Chris, hang on. Chris has a template for me, actually. Oh, no, she doesn't. Oh, yes. Okay. Ha, ha, ha. It goes like this. So one moment, please. I have to flip this over and start again. Start again. So buttons on your underwear. We are going to stamp this bird upside down horizontally. And we're gonna flip this one up the right way. He fits or she fits, they fit. They all fit right there. Okay, now we have a party, there's 4. Oh, Debbie Schultz signed up yesterday. Good call, Debbie. One moment, please. We're gonna make sure I get your name. You did. You also signed up for the Wounded Warrior benefit. So hang tight here, one moment. I'm gonna write your name in here. So I got it in there, thank you very much. So what happens when texts come through, if I don't have my book by me, I will respond and then I make your text as not read. And then when I have my book in front of me with my text messages in front of me, I scroll back through all the text messages and I sign people up. So Debbie, your name is in my cell phone is marked as unread. And that is why I didn't have you on the list, because I haven't been to my yellow book going through that. Now this guy, you've got a lot of space. He gets to take up a lot of space over on the side. But this is how you will want to stamp your birds. You can see here, I had first instinct to go up and down. That's not gonna work very well because there's no room here. You waste this little space. So you definitely want horizontal mingling going on. Okay, then, oh, Karen Forward's coming Saturday morning. Perfect. Okay, so Karen, let's get you on here as well. You guys don't mean to do shop while we're here, but some of these things you just got to take care of right away. Otherwise, life happens and we don't always catch things. So Karen Forward, class is at 10 a.m. You can be here right at 10. That would be, or right before. That's awesome. Hi, Feline Mays. Laura Sullivan, I don't remember. But I think I did. I'm about 100% positive I called your name, Laura Sullivan. Usually I say calling Laura Sullivan. Oh, I do have a note for you guys because I forgot this. So Laura, you helped me remember to do this. You ordered the bundle to get the class for free. So this is my promotional class. I've been doing this class for a few years, maybe 4. And when I pick the bundles that I'm going to feature for this class, I give the option to people that buy the bundle as their RSVP for class. They get the class for free. They can either attend either the in-person classes or the online. So there's 3 different offerings. You can pick whichever one that works for you in your schedule or your distance away from me. And on top of it, because of you picking the bundle that you liked it so much that you bought it from me as your registration for class, I think that's amazing. And so I give you a half a pack of the coordinating paper. And I'm happy to report out that we had a bunch of people that did that. Donna Grushke and Kathy Beck and Laura Sullivan, Lynn Beasley, Faye Godby, and Becky Gandolfo. And Joyce Cornick did that. So very, very cool. All of those ladies got a half a pack of the DSP as a thank you for doing that, for having enough faith in the bundle that I picked that they also liked it to get it from me. Super cool. All right, so we've got our bird template here. So let's go back here. Oh man, so Wanda and I did not receive our kits. That's because you guys are coming in person to the Wounded Warrior benefit, and I believe that they're sitting in the box for you guys to do porch pickup, and you're going to be here next week. So Julie Block, I'm pretty sure Julie and Wanda, you guys said it was okay to hold the cards here for porch pickup. They are sitting in a box, ready and staged for ink paper scissors for the Wounded Warrior benefit on October 5th. Now, correct me if that's not correct. I could always pop them in the mail to you, but I think that's what we made out for that. I'm pretty sure because that was my note. Anyways, sometimes I could maybe not make a correct notes. But we have birds here, birds that need coloring. These right here, you could do 2 different options. We actually took the designer series paper as a guide for how to color birds. So we saw that the male of the cardinals is red and the girl is the dirty brown. We were talking in class last night. Why are all the male like peacocks and birds always so pretty and vibrant and the girls are not always so extravagant? I think it should be the other way around. But we looked at this. So we tried to color our birds to match. How did we do? Not so bad, right? Now, I don't have a Vanna White here tonight, unfortunately, to help me with my coloring and die cutting, but there are 2 sets of watercolor pencils. Now, if you want to use blends, that's all right. Stampin' blends work perfectly fine. We opted to use colored pencils, and we used the Cherry Cobbler. We pulled out the blues. We also pulled out Espresso, pumpkin and maybe this blue and this yellow. So lots of different colors. So I pulled those out for now. And this is where I really wish I had Vanna. All right, so when you have all of your your birds on one sheet like this, if you're so inclined, and I think what I'm gonna do is get all of these colored, and then I'm going to die cut them. And I just realized there's a lot of berries here for coloring. And my berries in my book are cherry cobbler. So we're going to do all of the cherry cobbler berries right off the bat. And we're gonna get them, hi Barbara, from Canada, Quebec, yay. To attract the females, Chris. Why male birds are colorful. So I get that, but why can't the female bird be the attractive one to attract the males, right? Is it like, I get it that birds, like, you want the male to be attractive, but why couldn't it be that I guess in my head thinking, why can't the female be the attractive one and that she's attracting the males, like tables are turned, right? I don't know. And maybe couldn't they both be attractive? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Okay, so the peacocks, the male ones are so cool when the tail feathers are spanned out. All right, so cherry cobbler. I'm so happy they have cherry cobbler in the form of a watercolor pencil. These are amazing, and when you need to sharpen them, get yourself a little sharpener. I want to be pretty to attract the boys. Right, exactly, Cheryl. Yeah. All right, so when you think you're done, look back and make sure you didn't miss any. Perfect. Now we're gonna do some beakies. My bluebird over here, we did, well, that's not the beak color. Hello, Eastern Girls Crafting, new from Connecticut, yay. All right, so our legs are gonna be the pumpkin. And on this one, we're gonna do an orange beaky. Same with this one. I'm gonna do the orange beak. So we'll get that done. And a little orange action on their legs. These cardinals, now I was looking at this on the paper over here. This guy's got a red beak and that one, the girl has an orange beak. But in this case, there's black beak. So you know, when you're coloring your own things, you can color them however your heart desires, is my general thought process. This one, we opted with the cardinals. I don't know. I'll do these. I think we'll do like this. We'll do those guys. The branch is brown. Don't call me tomorrow. I'm on all day with medical tests. I will call you next week. Having a lot of health issues. Oh, Cindy, I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. Yes, I won't then try to call you tomorrow. We can chat next week. No problem. No problem. Next, so September ends the Stampin' Up! Year and month and quarter. And when it's the end of the quarter, for those who are not, like if anybody is not meeting their minimum quarterlies for any reason, I'm just saying this to the general populace, then you go into pending in October. And so there's still a whole month of October that you would still be active if you have any reason that you're not meeting minimum quarterlies. So there's a whole month ahead of us yet for anybody that is worried about not meeting a minimum. So I'm going through here and catching all my branch action. This one over here, we've got a little bit of branch as well. I'm not so concerned about the scribbliness that I'm doing right now because I'm going to be pulling in my blender pen when we're done doing all of our extravagant coloring here. All right, so that's a little bit of brown. What else can we do? So buttons on your underwear. Let's go back to this guy with the blues. There are a bunch of different blue colored pencils. There's Mommy Blue, there's Night of Navy, and then there's blue. So for the one here on my left, let's zoom in slightly so you can see a little bit more. So we're gonna work on this one now. I've got a mixture of those three blues here. And I did a little bit more with Night of Navy on the tail and then up the back here, the back feather area. So that was the navy. Then I went to the blue that just says blue and filled in a little bit with that. And down that area here, a little bit on the top of the head. Hi, Roxanne Burton. And then grabbing balmy blue. And you can pull in a little bit of balmy blue. Now, balmy blue doesn't really look like balmy blue to me. It looks a little bit darker, but there is what I have. I think I'm gonna leave that be for now. So that's this bird. That one over here, back to this guy now. We forgot to pull out a color. We forgot to pull out the coastal at the Coastal Cabana. Stampin' and scrappin', we're always the fashion at the Coastal Cabana. Okay, there you go. You guys, I sang that like 3 times last night for everybody. I do sing sometimes in class. So Coastal Cabana matches the pool party much better than the blue. So blue 42 goes away, and we're gonna pull in some of this coastal color and do the tail, the feathers like that, go up and over the little head over here, maybe just a little bit. And I see that I've got another color in there. It is some sort of a bluish color. I think we'll pull in balmy blue just to give it a little character. I don't know what kind of bird it is, but I was going off of the paper. Then there's a little yellow action. So this is what I'm trying to mimic, was that one right there. So there's a little bit of yellowness underneath the wing. So we're gonna pull in the yellow Daffodil Delight, just like that. Okay, very good, very good. Then we're gonna go to our cardinals. So cardinals, the man is red, and the face is a little bit black. So the beak could be orange. So let's go back to the beak. I'm gonna do the orange beak on both of these wee little ones, and the black around the face. Oh, that's basic gray. Ooh, I looked at the thing. Let's go back here. There's our black. So the Stampin' blend looks more gray. That's why I grabbed that. Around the face, we've got the black. So the harder you press with colored pencils, the more pencil you'll get, and the darker it will be, and the lighter it'll be. And then what I did is I went really dark around its eye. And then the girly girl has a little bit around her face. And I'm just going off of my pattern here. If you guys want to go to the internet and do a search to figure out how to color birds, the sky is the limit, all right? So back to this guy. Where the darker area is from the stamped image, I don't know if you can hear the pencil. Okay, I don't know if you can or not. I'm pushing harder where those lines are. And you can't press too hard though, because you probably could break your pencil tip. I don't have a very strong fine point, so I'm okay with that. But I'm going to push really hard there. And then my girlfriend here, she's got a little red going on her fingertips over here, her wingtips. And she's got a little bit on her top of her head. In my eyes, she does. Okay. Then I'm going to go with the colored pencil and not press quite as hard and get the rest of my male bird colored in. Not worrying about how scrappy he looks right now because of all the lines. And then the girl now is more of the browns. There is no crumb cake colored pencil, unfortunately. But there is espresso, and I did use espresso to do that. But you have to have the lightest touch in the world, like super light. You can have it a little darker where the lines are, right? That's okay. Where the, like where Stampin' Up's trying to tell you there's more definition. But now for the rest of it, it's a super light touch. Like it's barely even there, and we're just getting a little color. You could also use ink pads and a Stampin' blend and put ink on a block and use the Stampin' blend to color with crumb cake. That could work as well. But we figured since we were using colored pencils for everything else, we might as well figure out a way to make our girl bird appropriately with lighter colors. Good, very good. This one's left, and that would be this one. We're gonna do it more bluesies and yellowsies. We have here Coastal, Coastal Cabana. But in the past, there was another watercolor set and had Bermuda Bay. Bermuda Bay works too if you have the older set. And this one, we're going to do Coastal Cabana for the leaf and the tail. The leaf. The wing. It's a wing. It's a wing. And then we're going to get his head up here. A little bit more definition where the lines are. And I didn't really put any there, so we'll leave that. And then this one's got a wing again. The definition here, and then on the head area, color that in. And the belly on this one. Then we are going to touch this one up. And then we'll put a little bit of yellow. They call me mellow yellow on there. Cool. So it was a little bit of prep work to get these all colored, but now that we have them all colored at the same time, we're not pulling out the blender pen and doing the blender pen action onesie twosies at a time. So we're gonna start with one color and go for all of it at the same time. So we're gonna start here with the orange. Orange, you're glad we're here for class today? My only orange joke. Well, I don't have a lot of jokes. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. So we're going around and getting all of the orange areas blended in like that. So when you're done with it then, you just need to wipe out the orange. All right. How about, let's go for the blue now. This Coastal Cabana, very light. If you blend a lot, you're gonna mix your brown in with it and it will muddy it, and you don't really want to muddy it. So very careful going over the stamped brown areas. Okay. That one's good. And then over here, follow that same color and then tone that down. And then here, where there's a little bit of the blue, that other blue in the middle, I'm just gonna go right over the top and blend it. Very good. I'm gonna wipe this out then. And we'll go to the yellow areas, being careful not to do too much over the stamped espresso area. That's it for that. Wipe it out. Yellow doesn't come out very easily. Then we're left with brown and red and this blue one in here yet. So let's get this one. Softly, gently, bently. Perfect. And then wipe it out. Let's do brown next. Being careful not to make our orange feet turn brown. Well, then he was just playing in the mud. How's about that? So we'll get all of our branch work done. It's such a small area to do in his mouth there. So I'm gonna just leave that for now and not even worry about it. It's such a small area. This one, you don't have to worry about the brown ink because you're working with brown. So there's that. We had a little area there. And then we'll do this brown. It's really fun to see the watercolor pencil lines smooth out very nicely. Like that. And then we're left with the crumb cake. We'll do that part next. Really softly get that kind of faded together. Be careful mixing the red and the brown together because you don't really want to do that, which I kind of did over there, but it's okay. Then we're going to do a little bit by the black area around this guy and then around her face. And then that should leave us with the red. All right. Well, I really like, this is cool. Let's see if we zoom in. So you can see how the berries look right now. Very scratch. I'd say scrappy or scratchy. So this is fun watching this stuff smooth out. I just go in a circular motion and just fun because you can see the difference. That one's the done one, and then that's what it looked like before. And it's really cool to even that out. I liked watercolor pencils a lot in the past, in the beginning of time, and then I kind of like fell off the bandwagon with them, and then all of a sudden here we've been using them a lot. And I think it's because they're an inexpensive coloring tool, and you can't wreck the tips so easily by using them a lot, because you can always sharpen them. And they're great for if you do classes, because they don't wear out very easily, I guess is my thought. Like when you use blends in a class, like for those that are demonstrators who teach classes that are watching me, like when you use blends in a class, you're always sad when the marker tip gets worn out. Now, ready for this guy. Okay, so this is the before. Okay, make a mental note. That's what he looks like. Not so hot. He's not that attractive right now. We're gonna give him all of his cuteness really soon here. All right, going for it. So for those that do classes, you're not so sad when something happens to your blends, when the marker tips get worn out, or people pull the markers apart and sometimes the marker inside barrel comes out. So colored pencils work really nicely. So we're gonna get his little tail area here, his tail feather. He's an attractive young man. Look at that guy. He's like, whoop, whoop. I'm a little cutie patootie. Perfect. All right. So let's zoom out just a hair so you guys can see our coloring adventures tonight. Woohoo. Now that we have that done, like that is probably the hardest part for all of tonight is coloring. But it is possible, and now you got to see how to do it. You want to be very careful now cutting these out. I'm going to rough cut them out, and we're going to grab the dies. And, oh, I don't have the die cutting machine here, but I'll have to go get it. In this set, you have the double bird, you have the single bird. This is where the die comes from. That looks like this. That is from what was used on this card. Oh, man down. That is one thing you don't want to do, is drop your colored pencils on the floor. I will tell you that's not the healthiest thing to do for colored pencils, because the lead in them can break. So if you heard that catastrophe, that was this little poor guy. Like, you don't necessarily know that they're broken until you go sharpen them. And like if there's a crack in here or a fracture, you won't know it till you sharpen them later and the tips break. So be very careful when you have your dies near you that you don't drop them on the floor. That wasn't good. Whew. What did Tina say? Me too, Barbara. Oh, the ads. Yeah, you guys, I can't help the ads. They're hot right now. When we talked about it when we first started that. Political ads, they're hot right now. All right, I'm gonna, you guys give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna go to the die cutting machine real quick. All right, so let's scoop that off to the side and bring these up here. Grab that. Would highly recommend the use of a low-tack artist tape or washi tape, whatever it is that you normally use, so that all of this hard work keeps these birds intact and you don't have your die shifting on you. It's very important. Don't trust the machine by just setting them on there. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't. All right. And if anything die cuts off a little bit too much to the side, you can always take a scissors and trim that. We did this intentionally with 2 with the big and 2 with the small. So now you'll just have to make another pass with that one. And that goes with that guy. And we did this bird more blue so that he matched the navy on that card in the navy. Okay, run that through. And that guy will go with that one. and our cardinals. So if you're so inclined that you want cardinals for all your cards, you can definitely do that. If you want other colors of birds, the sky is the limit. That's it for die cutting. And what we should do, put the dies back in here. I did see that the Winterly Treetops bundle is on low inventory. It was as of this afternoon or this morning when I looked last. So if anybody was still on the fence about that, you might consider getting that before it goes out of stock. Hi, Janice Worth from Arizona. All right, so we got some action done there. All right, let's see what the first card is. So we're gonna open this up. It looks like the brown one. Don't lose your golden ticket. It has the name of the class and it has the date. All right, so let's move these out of the way and we'll keep our birds lined up with the cards. We did pull in sentiments from other stamp sets in case inquiring minds wanted to know. We pulled in Peaceful Season and Hoping the Season is Bright and Beautiful. That's where we got that one from. Don't lose your gems that are in your card. Yeah, the die cutting machine is awesome, having one to die cut out stuff. I agree. This, you have some of the navy baker's twine and the linen thread. What you can do is furnish your card base. And then you have a piece of white for your inside. And the inside that we did is we put Season's Greetings. And I think, let's see, it must be in this one. That is from Greetings of the Season. This is an online exclusive. And online exclusive just means that the only way you can view it is via the online format unless somebody prints it. And anybody can buy it though. So we've got Season's Greetings and then we've got our bird done. These are the tags from, I believe, Greetings of the Season. I think those are where those dies come from. And there's a little hole there, but it gets covered up. And then you have a little stylish shaped circle already die cut for you in navy and a piece of vellum, which is currently retired. This vellum specifically is. There are other vellums that are available that have prints on them, but this one is the regular and we embossed it with painted textures. And then the bird kind of sits off to the side with that. Your designer series paper is this one with the birch trees and it's matted onto espresso. And then which further gets matted onto the timber embossed gray granite piece. So you can pick which side you like up. And if you like that one up, it's your call, whatever you want. But what we're gonna do is let's get some stamping done. We have Hoping the Season is Bright and Beautiful. And that is maybe back in the case. Let's look. Yep, we put it away. All right, so we had this class last night and I thought we generally left everything out, but we put some things away. Yeah, definitely, Elaine. A lot of that stuff will be behind us then. So this, I'm stamping it more to the right versus the middle because the bird is going to cover up some of that left area. So just something to think about when you're going to stamp. And then we have Season's Greetings. So this is a, besides the birds, this is a great, everything's die cut, everything's embossed. You just, if you don't have birds, what are you guys doing instead of using birds? Are you using a different bird stamp set? Or do you have something completely unrelated to birds? I've got the single bird hanging out down here. He's in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. But we put our bird in the corner. How about that? All right. I did not bother at the moment to color the inside. And whoever wins these cards, they can have the nice adventure of coloring their insides if they want. So this is actually about 7 inches. Oh, maybe it's only 6 inches. I'm not sure. It wasn't a lot. It was only 5 inches. So if you want the easy button, just take this and put it in half and have 2 tails coming out each side. If you want a little bit more robustness with it, what you should do, and it's going to be really hard unless you've got more nimble fingers. So the easy button is just do an overhand knot as it is. But if you want a more robust little overhand knot bow, you're going to want to take and cut this in half. And you have to be very careful. Hold your ends together and grab those ends, and you have to get all those tails in the hole at the same time. Okay, it is doable. This is possible, but we learned last night it would have been a little bit more beneficial to give everybody about 1 more inch of each color at a minimum, but we can't make that change now, all right? So that's what we did with that guy. And then that's it for this brown ink. So what we can do then is do a little bit of gluing. So we're going to do these first. And all right, so the inside goes into your espresso card base. It would be really pretty to color the bird, I will admit that. So if you're at home and you want to color that, definitely do that. I'm going to make that go out just a little bit more yet. There we go. And then this one, we're going to adhere that to our mat that is espresso. And just make sure it's centered left to right and then flush at the top. And then this will get glued onto this gray granite mat. Don't worry if the designer paper is a little long at the moment. We can always trim that off after we've got that glued on here. You could also pop this layer up if you want to. Okay, so I'm flush at the top. I'm going to flip it over and use my paper scissors. You could also use a guillotine cutter or your trimmer, whatever you want. We're just going to trim that so now it's all flush on the bottom. And then this will get glued onto our inside. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. This will get glued onto our top. I did hear myself say it wrong. I was like, you just said it wrong. I'm like, I figured it out though. And then we have these right here. So gluing onto vellum, I generally don't use liquid glue a lot. I prefer tear-in tape. So what I'm going to do is put 2 pieces of tear-in tape behind my circle and then capture the piece of vellum. And you want to try to get the same amount of vellum out of each corner. And it's set up so that this fits perfectly. If you've got it centered nicely, the vellum is flush here and it just cruises right past each of those corner points here, or like the circle points. And there's no corner in the circle, but there's that circle point. And then this is going to get glued flat again, and you could use liquid glue or tear-in tape, but again with vellum, I like to use tear-in tape. It's because vellum is a little bit more porous, and then the liquid glue, the liquid in the liquid glue makes it warpy. And then I have this lined up that this point and this point is lined up with the brown here and then the brown here. And what'll happen is if you get this point down, keep it as low or high as you want. I have it a little bit south of the equator here. So you put your point here, and then what happens is you just have your point there, and then you can have your point right there. And they should kind of pretty closely line up with the brown. Now if you want to move it to the left or to the top or bottom, wherever you want it, but generally I had the points lined up with the brown all the way around here. Then the label got popped up with dimensionals, and I'm just using black I know I should have white ones, but I am not sure where they are at the moment. Let's just use these. You can't see the black dimensionals through it, but this is centered top to bottom with the blue, and it's to the right a little bit, just so you can see the vellum, like that. And then our bird is also popped up. And just put those 2. I'm wondering about the tail. I might just put one more, like right, this is where a small one would be really nice. Put a small one right there. And then our little bird is hanging out right next to the sentiment. And then we had the hardest time figuring out where to put the ribbon on this card. And so we made it look like the bird just went scrounging for a home materials and came back and found this piece of linen thread and navy twine. And so what we did is we set it by its feet. And then what you can do is trim it to be the length that you wanted on each side. And then we like wrapped it out or feathered or fanned it out by using the picky tool here. I have a poke tool here, so I will use my my tweezers. And you know when a bird goes out and it finds all the brush and stuff like that and it takes it back to the nest and uses that stuff to build, that's what we tried to do. We take these ends and pick them apart. Okay, one moment please. Having the right tools for the job is very important, and that was not successful. So if you have your pokey pick tool, that would be the best. And what you can do is pull those apart. So that's the after, and then that's the before. So all you got to do is find where that middle area is and pull them apart like so. Perfect. Fray it out. And then you've got 3 gems in your kit, and I have a big and a small, and then whatever the odd one is, put that over on the other side or wherever your heart desires. And my little small guy is right there. And what could you Stella, Ella, Ella? I would say this blue area would be cool to Stella. You gotta be careful with your bird, only because whatever you Stella, the brown ink might bleed. So you could always Stella your designer series paper. You could even do over the top of the embossed area, ever so lightly. Just gives it a little bit of glitz. Perfect. Change-o. All right. Well, an hour and 20 minutes. We made our first card. Yay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Season's greetings. We got one done, everybody. Now that we got one done, we're going to cruise right through the other 3, though, because we did all of the, let's say, meat and potatoes of the other cards. All right. Let's grab our white one then. That's the next envelope I so happened to pick. And that white one looks like this. Now with this one, we used a white card base, and it's thick white card base. Whenever we use a white card base for a suite class or a monthly class, we generally don't double mat it. We would double mat it if it was ink, paper, scissors, or let's just stamp. But with it being the monthly class, I decided not to double mat it. I actually stamp it right on the inside like this. And this one we have Thinking of You Always. And that is actually from the set Winterly, in case you guys are wondering what the set looks like. It's Winterly Treetops, and that Thinking of You Always is from in here. And there's a pretty one here, Sending Thanks and Much Love. Nice. A friend like you brings me happiness. Happy, happy, happiness. There are some druzy gems, if that's how you say it. They could be drusty, they could be druzy, whatever they are. They're sparkly. Then we have an embossed pool party mat that has the snowflakes on it, which will be for your top here. You will have a vellum circle, and this vellum is current. It has a pattern on it that looks hashtaggy, I guess. It's not even really easy to see it. Let's see. No, you really can't even see what it is. It's up close. It's got a little frostiness on it. You have a little white strip, about 5/8 inch. And then your piece of designer series paper has little things that look like snow flurries flying around. And then we have our bird, which did not follow me over here. He's lagging, but here he is, or she is. And then you have this piece. Oh, you have a little bow. Chris Dudrinky made all your little baby bows. So don't lose that little thread, linen thread bow. You guys are gonna have to be careful with this thing. Anna tried her best to do the die cutting. And for the most part, it should pop out. And if it doesn't, and you need to do the assist, you could grab your scissors and assist it. But I'm going to gently wiggle with it. Try to wiggle these off away from each other. There's two pieces. The main thing is that if it's not cut all the way, don't be pulling on it. Don't pull on it at all. Just, I'm avoiding this area until the very end. What I'm trying to do is pull this out. I noticed on mine, there's a little section here that's gonna need the assist right through here. It's like it's cut, but not all the way through on the back. And I can see that right here. When my die cutters help, they do their very best, you guys, they really do. And sometimes when you're doing 96 of something, you don't always catch something. So if this happens to you, all you have to do is grab your scissors. And you're gonna use your scissors. First of all, I wanna get rid of the main piece in here so that I'm not competing with it or contending with it. So I'm gonna cut this like that and see if that, nope, these are still tough over here. So we're gonna go just like this. And I'm still stuck. So I'm gonna back up a little bit, maybe to here. That will break that free. And then we've got some little stuckness over here going on yet. Right there, we're gonna break it free. So now I don't have to deal with this piece in here. Now that I've got it here, I can see from the top where the cut's supposed to be. I'm just gonna take my scissors and do a little bit of assist. And I know it's a little bit of a pain in the arse. Arse, that's a good word, right? But it's okay. There's other things that are harder in life than that we have to deal with, and this is not gonna be that hard of a thing. I'm just gonna take my scissors, do the assist, and generally it just needs a little bit more help. And there it goes. So it's not that it's not all the way cut, but there are certain pieces that are just stuck there, and we just need to help it out. So we're gonna go like that one here, and then this one, and then go on this side of it. See if that can pull out. And that one is still a little bit tough. Oh, it came. We're gonna go, oh, see that came out then. Now it's a little tough over here, a little tough old bird here. And then, oh, see, it's only stuck on the end, it looks like. There, see, they both fell then. And now we'll get a little spot over here. That came out then. That looks good. So it's totally manageable. All right, just a little there, and let's see if that, there it is. So it broke free. So it needed some help, all right? We can help. I think out of everybody, I had 13 or 14 in class last night, only one person's was like that. And the other option, if you have the dies, you could always take that die from the die set and run it back over it. But if you do that, then you risk messing it up. And I don't like to mess things up if I can avoid it. If you want to use this piece of white in the middle here for something, you could always get a little label out of that. Then what you have, figure out if you want your snowflakes falling down or falling up. And then you'll have this white piece that goes over the top of it. So what we can do is go ahead and put a little bit of glue. So this is gonna be a very picky thing. We're gonna grab, whoop, so you don't want it too thick. This is a dot, not a lot type of activity. So we're gonna go like this. And I'm not gonna even worry about the foliages that are sticking out so much. I wanna make sure I get my outside. And maybe a couple of them, like that. Be very careful setting this down. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Just get it down, centered, top to bottom, left to right with the pool party. So don't try to guess too much. You don't have a lot of wiggle room. Once you go down with it, it's kind of going to go where it needs to. And then if you're smearing it all around, you're going to end up getting that glue everywhere. You don't really want that. All right, so just like that. Perfect. Hi, big boy. Yeah, what's up, handsome? I heard you coming in for the kill here. Okay, are you gonna make like a not seen here? Are you gonna move out? Moving on out? Yeah? You wanted to say hi to everybody and then you leave, right? Nothing to see here, officer. Keep her moving. The little blue one here, we popped that up with dimensionals. So, oh my goodness, here are my dimensionals. Let's grab them really quick. Oh, and of course they're black. So hang on, I want some white ones. And I think the white ones are right here. Perfect. Okay, these are little ones, but they'll work. So I popped these up. Or this guy up with dimensionals. Pick those off. I do prefer the big dimensionals if you ask me. The little ones are great for in small spaces. The reason I didn't glue a lot of the white fingers that are coming in is because this piece is going to cover the tips of them. Tigger, what's up, buddy? He's on a prowl. He's on the prowl, I think. All right, then this one, what we're gonna do is use the tear and tape because it's vellum. We're gonna put a little bit of vellum or tape right through the middle of this. And it's in the spot where the bird is, so I'm gonna have it going angled like this. This was centered on that piece of designer series paper, left to right and top to bottom. And then our bird gets popped up with dimensionals by its head and the berries and its body and by the tail. And then we put by the branch, we glued that flat. And so, oh my goodness, my glue bottle is really thick and I don't know if it needs some air there. All right, so I forgot about the label, but we're gonna just leave that sit there for a moment. I wanna do the label next. So we need some crumb cake ink and the Thinking of You Always. Now this is red rubber, so you gotta try to get it straight if you can. And I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's a little uphill. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna try to bring it downhill. But I would be okay with the other side. And that's actually better. Okay, so we're good. Sometimes red rubber stamps are really hard to work with. So it's nice having photopolymer. And we cut this at an angle because the natural angle went that way. So that's why we went with it going this way. And then what we did is the same angle on this side. And this got popped up with dimensionals across the whole thing. Nope, just on the side. So we're just gonna do those two. I think, let me see, it feels like there's a dimensional there, so I think we'll go with it. And it covers up this bottom right-hand corner. It's slightly hanging over the right side with the white. And I'm not gonna push it down very hard, just in case I wanna move it. So I'm gonna set it there, grab my bird, and see if my bird sits on here nicely in the right spot, and it will. So we've got that in the middle. And then you need to grab a glue dot. And the glue dot is going to go by the branch here. And you have a little mini linen thread bow that will get adhered right there. So you have a little baby double bow that was already made for you guys. If you need to trim your tails, great. And if you don't, leave them. Mine looked like they were perfectly fine. And then we have our inside to do. For this one, it's a single bird. So we stamped a single bird on the inside. If you have words that you want to do, I would do your words first. If you don't like the way that you stamp your words, you can always flip your card inside out, use the bad stamping on the top, and then redo here. And if that doesn't work for you, then you could always put another mat on the inside. But I'm just gonna leave the Thinking of You Always, and then whoever gets this can use it however they want to. And what we'll do is we'll stamp the bird down here, like that. Leave it like that. If you want to color it, go for it, but I'm good with it as is. And now we have this whole top part that is just going to get adhered to the top of our card base. And just center it top to bottom and left to right. So you have the same distance or white showing on the top and the bottom and then the sides. like that. Perfect. Then you have some juicy gems. The big and a small we put up over here. And then the other one went over here. So you might have another big one or another small one. And honestly, you can put them wherever your heart desires. And then on this for Stella, what you could do, Stella the Designer Series paper. If you want, you could also Stella this whole white die cut piece. It was nice to use this die cut. I will say that the die that I got, I had 2 sets of these dies just to help the die cutters with the die cutting so they could run 2 at one time. One die was a lot better than the other die. So I would recommend, if you get these dies, to test them so you know if they're good or not. The one die set I had the first and second time ever using it, it still wasn't that amazing. So yeah, perfect. Hi, Joy Moody. All right, numero dos is done. That was card number 2. Keep that here for a second while we pull out the next one. All right, this is a cherry cobbler card. Now this, if you did the winter creative escape, oh, it's the autumn creative escape. If you did the autumn creative escape with me last week, this is our double dipper. And we colored our birds to match that, but you could also color your birds to be cardinals. That either set looks really nice on the card. This one pulled in that birch embossing folder, which is a super cool one. These pulled in the winter gem, the earth tone gems, I think is what they're called. So on those earth tone gems, there's creamy caramel ones, and then there's whiter ones. And we use those interchangeably for this card. There's green, and the green got used on the Frosted Forest card that we had from the monthly class. And then there was another color that got used, I think a peachy color. They also got used in the September monthly class. So in the whole design process, we try to maximize everything. And so the white gems got used with this card, and then the other 2 colors got used with 2 other cards. You have 2 pieces of cherry cobbler ribbon, and one is longer than the other. The one that's longer is for going across it like that. The 5-inch piece goes over like that, and then the 4-inch piece is for your tag at the top. We've got our bird done. You have a white inside. You have a white label for the hello you called. Is it me you're looking for? A little espresso for the mat. There's a piece of textured timber paper, specialty paper. It's from the annual catalog. It has a wood grain texture. It's white in the catalog on a white page, and if you're not looking for it, you will definitely miss it. And we finally used it. So it's very white. And on a card that's all neutrals and natural colors, it wasn't the right color. So we actually are going to be coloring this with a sponge dauber. So hang tight on that. These tags came from, I think, the Greetings of the Seasons, or this tag is the same set from the last tag. And then a piece of crumb cake that is the birch folder, and it looks like little bird feet is what this is, and it's crumb cake. All right, so that's a little bit about what we have. The dauber is going to be used with crumb cake. You could use espresso. You just have to have a very light hand, regardless of whatever color you use. And it's great to have an extra scrap piece of paper handy, so when you're dipping in, that it's not really sharp like that. You definitely don't really want that look, I don't think. If you do, great. But get a little bit of the color off, and then work your way. I'm going to go to maybe the side and work on it first. And let's make that zoomies. Trying to go in soft circular motions. You can see just a little bit of color is starting to get picked up. If I go back for more ink, I go off to the side here on this piece of paper and work my way back onto it. And by coloring it with this crumb cake or espresso, you're making it not so stark white. It's softening it. And you could use any color you wanted on this white textured timber paper. If anybody knows what page it's on in the annual catalog, maybe they'll shout it out from the rooftops. All right. Oh, see, I got a little, okay, I got a little dark. So how would I fix that? I'm glad it was on the side. I'm going to go around the whole edge of all of it and darken the whole edge. But I'm going to continue to try to add a little bit of color. Really softly. For people with heavy hands that push really hard, this is, blending is not probably the, like blending dauberish is not a good thing maybe. But now that I've got one, well, let's look. Maybe my bird will cover that up. If my bird's going to cover that up, look at that. Well, if I put my bird there, it gets covered up. Or if I put my bird right like that. All right. What I can do, if my bird's not going to cover it up completely, I could always take my dauber and maybe, just maybe, go around all of it and do some sporadic darkenings around the edge here. And then that will make it look like maybe that was a little bit more intentional, right? So all good. I'm gonna leave it be, I think, with that. Just as I say leave it be, I go back over it one more time. Perfect. Then we have the hello. We have the hello in espresso. Now, if you end up using a bird from your designer paper and it's facing the other way, you might consider moving your hello. What we've got here are those birds are going to go right about there, and we've got an opening right there for our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp that hello right about there. Hello. It comes from a set called Unbounded Love. Love in the annual catalog. It's right there. Right in front of my face. All right, so I know I'm going to stamp this hello right where my finger is. So I'm going to move this away, hold that spot. I've got the hello right here. If you want to make this a Christmas card, find any small sentiment that will fit right here. We're going to put the hello right about there. And then on the inside, there is a set of double, it's this double bird stamp set, but we just have one little dude hanging out up there. So grab this piece right here, we'll line that up, and then it's the bird on the left, so you don't have to really ink up the one on the right so much. And he's hanging out right there on the branch. Good. So more in the sky. We'll leave that for whoever wants to color it later in life. And I think that's it for stamping on this one. Now we get to do a little bit of assembly. So we can flip this over and this over. Zoom back out so you guys can see the whole picture. This was really sad to cover up this paper because this is really pretty. I have a couple cards here that were creative presentations from the escape. I might just share them with you in case you guys didn't do the escape so you can see what creative presentations I'm talking about. So that goes on to that crumb cake piece like that. And then this will go on to the inside. Like that. Now I made it a hello card. So hello can be for anything, but if you end up making it a Christmas card or whatever else and you want a sentiment, I'd stamp the sentiment right there, and then I would stamp that before gluing it in. And then with the ribbon, we want to do our tear and tape sandwich. Tear and tape sandwich is using 2 pieces of tear and tape on each side, and I prep 2 waiting in the wings, and I put 2 right on the back. What happens is the ribbon is going to get sandwiched in between the 2 tear and tapes. This is Cherry Cobbler and Gold Ribbon from the mini catalog. It is currently out of stock at the moment. I can't remember the date. It's coming back in sometime in October though, so it's not too far out. But it gets sandwiched in between 2 pieces of tear and tape so that the ribbon doesn't want to ever come out later in life. It's really sandwiched in there good. And we can pick that tear and tape off, and then we're going to put glue everywhere else. Did you ever get big glue balls like this? When I used to stamp with Gina, she'd always hand me her little glue balls, and they would be like picking boogers, kind of. So it's like a little booger from your glue. That's what that is. We're throwing that away. Okay, this is going to be adhered to the top of your card, like that. And now the tags. There are 2 tags. Hold them together and pinch your ribbon. We'll fold it in half and then pinch it. And where that fold is, that little bit is going to need to get poked through the hole. This is where the pokey tool comes in really handy as well. Be careful, you don't want to like wreck the ribbon, but if you get it started through the hole, then you can pull it from the other side. The fold goes top down. So fold on the top, push it down. Fold will now go all the way so you have enough room to have a loop back here. And then make that loop so that your tails can go through the loop. And now you have a nice, in the front is the loop. And then you have 2 tails, 2 turntables and a microphone, 2 tails coming out, 2 scoops. And then what do you want to do? Do you want to pop it up? Do you want to do it flat? I popped this one up and another one got flat. However you want to do it. If you want to glue it all flat, great. If you want to pop up, what you could do is grab a couple dimensionals. Whoa, or 4. I'm going to pop this up and then offset my labels by a hair so that you see the espresso coming out up here and on the side and a wee little bit down here at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is glue it flat, the brown flat, right there too, and put this on. Now, for those that have a hard time doing things crooked, put it straight. For things that, people that like things crooked, put it crooked. I am more of a up and down, straight this way. When Gina and I designed a class many years ago, it had a dragonfly, and I love this. It had a dragonfly, and the dragonfly was big. It took up the whole front of the card, and she had to put it on this way, and I had to put it on so that the wings were going this way. It's whatever you like. Whatever makes you the happiest. That's what you should do for making your cards. All right, so there's that. Now, I will say that for this one, I used espresso ink to blend, and this one I used crumb cake, so you can slightly see a difference. Then our bird can get popped up. So let's grab some more of these. Stick some of these down. And then grab a couple small ones. And small ones do come in really handy in those small areas. All right, and then this, the branch is slightly hanging off on the right. The tails are on the left. Maybe something like that. I'm not pressing it down very hard because what needs to happen, we need to trim. So this is going to go right about here. And I made it a little bit longer. This is variable, whatever you guys want to see. This then was just an accent piece behind it. And I'm just going to test that out. I'm okay with that. You could have made the white longer, trim it shorter. You could angle the brown if you want. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue, and I want a slight overhang on the left, and then a little bit more liquid glue behind here. It's tucking in underneath. Oh, you got to be careful when you use liquid glue. It might not be dry right away, so hang tight. It needs to get dried. Okay, now we'll stick this right there. And that brown corner up there gets tucked behind the berries. Cool, cool. And then you have 3 gems, a big and a small, go together. I usually like to have the big and the small together. If you figured that out about me. Gems are a personal preference too. And then whatever your opposite one is fits nicely over on the side here. They kind of blend in a little bit because they look like crumb cake, but in the light, they have a little bit of sparklies. You want to grab your ribbon scissors and trim those tails up here. They are a little long. So go like this, and we'll go like that. So we got that done. All right, so Stella-ing, what could we Stella? So what I have a hard time with my straight and up and down, I like words to be straight. And so that's my true test, is I'm looking at this and seeing if my hello is straight on here. And if it's not, that liquid glue allowed me to alter that. I was still a little bit wet. So you can Stella ribbon if you want to. So you could always Stella that ribbon. I was going to, I missed doing it. But when I die cut these, I ended up with a little bit of white extra on the top there. If that happens to you at home, before you put your bird down, you could, in essence, cut that off. I'm going to do it while it's still attached here, just to round it out so that it's not so much white on the side there. Like that. Perfect. And I would definitely not Stella anything that you blended with your sponge dauber, because it'll just bleed. But you could do a little bit of this designer series paper. Very nice. Cool beans and bagels. Alrighty, Aphrodites. So, my comments got stuck way back at Elaine. So, let's see. Elaine, that was the last one I saw. My stamp set is arrived Saturday. Great. Okay, beautiful. So I was wondering if I was not getting comments or what was happening. I've had some ads. Moving back. Keep pausing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys like it. Great, great, great. Hi, Anna Carter. All right. Very good. Okay, so I got caught back up on the comments. They were really stuck, and I wasn't seeing anything. And I thought it was the oddest thing that there weren't any new comments for the last 10 minutes. Once you pop, you can't stop. You know it, girlfriend. All right, there it is. Card number 3. All right, one left, you guys. It's only 10-2. We're good. We are good in the hood. Last one. Let's put you over here. Grab our kit. And this one should go together lickety-split too. We've got our bird done, right? We did our homework. Our cardinal is colored. This one's a fun one. I absolutely love the colors on this one. Definitely want cardinals for that one if you can. So you have an espresso base. This one we pulled in the tan Druzy gems. So we used the white ones or clear ones on the last one of the last cards. This one we pulled in the tan ones. This is a horizontal card, so be cognizant or aware of that. This is embossed with distressed tiles. You have a really, really little good tidings sentiment. Now that comes from, in case you guys don't know, the set is called Sophisticated Sled, okay? So that one, this, we used the retired vellum again, but we die cut it out with a nested essential die and then embossed it with the birch embossing folder. That goes on the top of there, like that. Your DSP gets matted onto the espresso mat. So again, dry fit your stuff. Try to eyeball it to make sure it's good before putting any glue on it. This one also used the cherry cobbler ribbon, the special one. And then we have a white inside. So what we can do for this is, let's decorate the season with happiness and the double bird at the top. Let's do our stamping, keeping it horizontal. Gotta keep them separated. No, we can have our birds hang out together. We're just only gonna show one of them over here. So this guy, they hang out right there. Remember, horizontal. Thanks, Sarah Mitchell. All right, he's done for right now. We'll move you over here. Then let's decorate the season with happiness. That stamp is right here. And we'll inky dinky do that. Put it right there. A little crooked, but I'm okay with it. And then good tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. That is a little one. Put that right there. Perfect. Then that's it for the stamping because we've already done our bird. So glue, glue, glue. Let's flip them over. and adhere them all together. So card kits are awesome because it gives you the ability to be creative and flexibility to pick your own stamp sets and alter them if you are desiring to change them up. But it gives you a good starting point for putting some cards together. Generally with me, all the embossing is done. It's very rare that we would give something out not embossed. And the die cutting, generally the die cutting is always done unless it's a focal image. Like for this class, all the birds were the focal images. It is against Stampin' Up! Compliance or policy to stamp images and include them in card kits. So that's why we can't do that. And the designer paper on most classes is cut for you, ready to go. Ink, paper, scissors, or Stamp-A-Stacks are different. They're little special classes because you get a 6x6 sheet or you get the designer paper for you to cut. And you just need to basically add adhesives, stamps, and ink for our card classes. In case anybody's wondering, we kit up. Generally, anytime we do a YouTube live class, that means that it's a kitted class. Unless, like a kitted by me class, kitted and designed. If you get like the Stampin' Up! Kits, those are kits that are available through Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin's another option that you could get the Paper Pumpkin kits. The only other, there's two classes that I do that aren't kitted. It's the Share, Create, Inspire class and the Mystery Card Night. Those help to encourage you to use supplies that you guys have at home. All right, I popped that up. The birds are also going to get popped up. I'm using Carolyn Ketchmark's. She sent me this in the mail, and I just found it. And you put the packaging tape on that back piece. And then what happens is your dimensional packs don't go all over the floor and stick to your cat's belly and noses. Or I should say cat's bellies and noses in general. All right. And then you don't have to pick them off. All right, this is going to put, oh, wait 1 moment, please. When we do the vellum, I want to use tear and tape right through the middle where the birds are going to be hanging out, because then you won't see it. Thanks, Gail. And Gail, your card did get put in the mail last week, just so you know you want a card. I did mail it. All right, so that got a little bit of adhesive. And then what we can do is further pop this up. Ah, sticky, sticky. That'll be good. That goes right in the center. Like that. And now our birds are ready to go. Something like that. And then behind the Good Tidings, we did make our little strips a little longer, just in case you have a little longer of a sentiment. If you want to have it long and keep it long, you can, but I'm going to trim off un poquito, a little bit of each side, just to shore mine up a little. Okay, perfecto, changeo. A little bit of tear and tape on the back, and one waiting in the wings for our ribbon. And just run that tear and tape right through the middle. And your ribbon is about 3 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Underneath the TID, the TID, make a little tail. And then you're gonna make a little loop. Bring it up diagonally. Make a little loop and have a little tail. Now, it's very particular. I made myself too long of a tail over here. So what I'm going to be doing, just for good measure, I'm going to cut my tail at a diagonal. So I have that done already. Then I can shorten it up underneath my TID. Bring it back, little baby loop, and now you should have just enough underneath like that. Okay, and if you guys don't like how you're doing it, you can always, so I want mine to be a little bit squishy more together. So you can take it off. Nothing's gonna hurt it. Just kind of pull it off gently, and you can adjust as necessary and bring it back down. Like that. I like that. Yes, that is a really good trick. Now there's just a little bit left here. Cut off just at an angle. And that's all the ribbon you needed was 3 inches. Yeah, Anna Carter, I definitely agree. The card looks very regal. So I'm going to pick that tear and tape off. And this is already popped up. So underneath where this is popped up, I'm good. But on this way left side, I think I'm going to put a dimensional right there to help assist so it stays kind of level. And I noticed what I did there is I have my birds more angled. So hang on, let's see here. I didn't push this down yet, so I can easily pull this up. And I can have the branch be a little more level, I guess you could say, like that. I don't want them to look like they're going head over tea kettle, but something like that. And then I have it so I was trying to cover up that branch area there. And if you see the branch, so I think I need 2 dimensionals though, because this end is hanging over the side here and our birds are popped up plus the label is popped up. So what we're gonna have to do is do a double stuffed Oreo over here so that it's keeping it level. Perfect. Cool beans. Life is good. All of the above. Sell that ribbon if you want. You want to do the vellum. Now, I hardly have that vellum hanging on, right? So now that I have this all figured out, what I can do to help shore it up, I can take some mini glue dots or tear and tape, and underneath where my bird's head is, I'm going to put a mini glue dot. So that will help the vellum. Over here, underneath where the berries are, I'm going to pick that up, put a glue dot. So now my vellum isn't just hanging only by a thread in the middle. If I wanted to here, I could also add a glue dot underneath where the tail is, because you won't see that. But generally you do see adhesive through vellum, and I don't like to see adhesive through vellum. Whew. I'm not buffering. I'm not frozen. You guys, I am unfrozen. Normally I am a popsicle, but not right now. All right, so we need gems. So we've got the drusies. We've got 2 big and a small, or 2 small and a big, like normal. And I'm gonna put my big and my small one up here. These tan ones looked really nice. If you did a cardinal, the tan ones really bring out your cardinal, your girl. All right. There it is. So the druzy gems that are tan really bring out the creamy caramel of your ladybird friend. That's it. Look at us. 8 on the dot. We did it. We did it. We did it. All right. Cool beans. Again. We made all 4 of our cards. And I will do a door prize drawing for somebody who placed an order to get the class for free. So I'll do that momentarily. While I'm pulling up all the cards, you guys can tell me which one's your favorite. And again, if you're in person, local to me, and you want to come on class on Saturday, class is at 10 a.m. And we have kits available for anybody that does want to join me. I plan on leaving all my stamps out so that I don't have to get them back out on Saturday morning. Yay. I'm going to remember that. Normally the first thing I do after we end the live is I put my stamps all away, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'll leave them all set out. So let's bring out the first one. Only 2 ink colors tonight. We used crumb cake and we used espresso, so that was nice. We kept that pretty cool. So there's that one. There's this and that one. 2 horizontals, 2 verticals, 2 reds. And it was the Nests of Winter card class. Heavily utilized our colored pencils tonight, which was great. Great use of them. You guys got to see some coloring action. Used a bunch of different stamp sets because this one didn't have as many stamp sentiments as I would love it to have. So that's why we pulled in a bunch of different sentiment stamp sets, which is quite all right. Thanks, Doris Munson. I'm glad you like them. All right, let's grab this chamois really quick. Get these cleaned up. Not many stamps really got used we had that bird, and it was nice to pull in the good tidings from that sled set. I bought that set, not certain why I bought it. I just thought really in my head I thought, well, the die cuts are really cool, but it was nice to utilize the words from that stamp set. Let's get these guys cleaned. You like all of them? Yay, all of them, all of them, all of them. Four of you said that at the same time. Awesome sauce. All right, let's clean up our hello, you called. And this guy right here, perfect. Okay, so let's grab our book here really quick and we will figure out who our door prize winner is. So for those people that place orders with me to get the class for free, when you use the host code, so that is the rule. When you get the class for free, it's because you use the host code. I know eventually in the future, Stampin' Up's going to be going away with that, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, the rule is that if you use the host code and your minimum order is $50, or if your order is the minimum of $50, you get the class for free. And if you forget to put the host code on, it's no big deal. You can always call Stampin' Up the next day or that day, and they will add it. They are very, very good about adding it. I can add up to 10 of them a month, but when I hit 10, I can't. And the only reason I really would call to add it is if I'm looking to close the workshop and I need to get the order onto the workshop. So generally, it's just easier if you guys call and get it added. Turning my phone off for next class. Okay, good. Oh, okay. I love them all. They love it. Good. Okay, good. Gorgeous. So, right. So this class was free with I'm like, what was I talking about? This class was free with a minimum order. It was also a card class that you could purchase. If you wanted to buy it from me without putting in an order, this is perfectly fine. This is a fee-based or an order-based class. It's either way. I have about 7 or so left of this class, 8 left of this class, maybe 9, something like that. If you are interested in it, you're watching this video and it's 2 days later or a week later, even like a month later, it's very possible I'll have this card class left. And it could be free with an order or you could purchase it. It is $20 plus shipping, and shipping is $6. And if you're taking this class and let's say 2 other classes and they're ready to go, I can always look at consolidating shipping and taking some shipping money off of a couple of them. If you, let's say you get 2 more classes, I work it out so that you're not paying $6 shipping for every class. It's not worth it. That's a lot of money. So they're all fabulous. Good. Right. And Susan Ray Hendricks, I did see your email. I will be calling you. It's either going to be tomorrow or Saturday. I'll catch up with you. You had wanted to go over your order and what classes you could get free with your order. So we'll do that. No problem. All right. So I did count that I have 17 people who placed an order to get this class for free. And I think what I was getting at is that I use the host rewards to buy the supplies that I need for my classes. It doesn't cover them all, but it definitely helps. And I also use that to get the door prizes. And so what I generally do is whatever I have left over at the end of a catalog, they go in a box. And for those of you who placed your orders in August, I haven't forgotten. I just haven't come up for air to do that yet. Figuring out anybody who placed a $50 order with me in August, and if you had 2, you get 2 prizes, 2 gifts from me, let's say. And I haven't figured it out yet. So if you are watching and you're wondering about that, I haven't gotten there yet. I will get caught up on that. I think it will probably be after the Wounded Warrior benefit is done and I can just have a moment to come up for air. And then for the past card class challenge that we did too, you guys just hang tight on that. And the scavenger hunt. Like there's 3 pending things and I know they're out there and I appreciate you guys being patient about that. I'm going to pull up my random number generator. I'll put 17 in here. I'll drop the camera down and we'll watch it, see what number it is. It's not 3. So when I hit generate, it'll tell us a different number. 3 was in there to begin with. 14. 14 is Becky Gandolfo. Very good, Becky. All right, congratulations to you. So what happens for the door prize is it goes out in your next package that you get from me. So Becky, when we ship another package out to you, that's when I'll put a door prize in as long as I remember. And if it doesn't go in that one, it'll go in the next one. So not too worried. You guys are always easy peasy about that. I want to add this class. Oh, perfect. So Barbara Gabi, follow up with another text message and I will make sure that we add this one to that list. So I did ship out 1 package for you, your Wounded Warrior and anything that was already kitted went out, but we'll add this one for your October package. So if that's the case, if I already have a package going out for you and we know that, then this class would be $22 instead of $26. So Barbara, if you've already sent your check off, then just know you could send another check for $22 and that would cover this class. So that's perfect. Now, I have 3 cards here that I'll give away. This was from a class earlier in the year. I believe it was February, if I'm not mistaken. It was February's Let's Just Stamp. It featured Blueberry Bushel. And can you tell? We definitely had the blueberries going on here. So this class was Let's Just Stamp. I do not have any kits left. They sold out. The video is out there in case anybody wants to watch it. There is a PDF tutorial as well in case anybody wants that. And what I do is I give away the cards that we make live in class for those that don't know that. And I try to stay up to date as much. But we have a whole box down here yet that we're working our way through. And this one was Let's Just Stamp from February. So drum roll. Da, da, da. And you owe me a call to settle my classes. I sure do. I sure do. All right, you guys, winner chicken dinner goes to Cindy Runtree. Yay, Cindy. This one's going to be coming your way. I have your address. Yay. Da, 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 da. Winner chicken dinner goes to Sandy. This is not, okay. I have a helper. I do know that that's not Susan. That is Sandy Coy Emery. The only Coy Emery that I know is Sandy Coy Emery. So that one is Sandy Coy Emery. So Sandy, we have a card coming your way. And it's really funny. I looked at this before class and I saw Coy Emery and I saw the S and I didn't even fix it then. So, but yes, that one is Sandy Coy Emery. Winner chicken dinner. Now this one's super cool. We made this one be a Velcro. Flippy floppy here. And then it opens like that. So it's super cool. We love adding little Velcro things to shut things. And that one goes to Mary Carls from Jericho, Wisconsin. Fabulous. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So congratulations to Becky Gandolfo, Mary Carls, Sandy Coy Emery, and Cindy Runtree. For all 4 of you girls, I know your addresses. So I know where to send the prizes and the cards to, which is super cool. Cool beans. Again, Cool Beans. You guys, I like saying Cool Beans if you didn't notice that. And bagels. It used to be a restaurant in downtown Fond du Lac. It was called Cool Beans and Bagels. It was a coffee shop that had sandwiches. Right? And bagel sandwiches. All right, what's going on now? So this is the 26th. Tomorrow is the 27th. We have the team coming in tomorrow to finish making the rest of the Wounded Warrior benefit cards. So that'll be tomorrow. And Saturday I have in-person class in the morning at 10 a.m. We'll be working around the house, buttoning things up yet over the weekend, making sure I get the last 2 card classes designed, and looking to do the live showcase on either Sunday or Monday at the absolute latest. I don't think it'll push over into Tuesday. That would make me sad if I did the showcase for September and October, because I always try to do it the month before. So that's going to be on my radar. Just know that as soon as I know what day and time I'm going to do it, I will create a Facebook event, I will send an email, and I will also create an event on my website, and I will schedule a YouTube Live. So those 4 things. So if you get emails from me, or if you're on my Facebook page, you'll see that stuff pretty quick. And that's when you'll know what day and time it is. So yay. Okay. Yeah, the blueberry cards were amazing. I absolutely love them. I thought we did a really good job on those. But they were very stamp specific. And so if you didn't have that stamp set, you had to improvise and figure out what other stamps that would work. But there are flowers would have definitely worked as well. All right, I'm going to sign off. I'm gonna go check on Tyler to see what he's working on. He was gonna be pulling out all the garden area, working on that. That's happening tonight. But it's currently dark. I don't know if you guys noticed a change that it's currently 8:12, and I bet about an hour ago is when it started to get dark already. It's hitting about 7 o'clock. It's getting dark, and I just heard him come into the garage. So that's my cue to sign off, you guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs. We will see you the next time. Have a good rest of your night. Have a great weekend ahead. Love you a long time. Bye.